Good. Hey, thank you, Benham, for being with us today again. It's a while since we spoke last time. ITMA Milan was the last big machinery show for us where we were together, and it was, I would say, a very busy year since that time. We have had in some places of the world really good success, but overall you're seeing the textile industry still under pressure from all the ends. There is not one single country which is doing really well. Being here back at the ITM is another good chance to meet various customers, which are giving here also the chance to show our new achievements in the development. So we did a lot of progress since the ITMA on the camouflage printing, what we talked intensively about. So come back on this. We are nowadays really have the first installations for digital camouflage printing with all the advantages of unlimited repeat size, especially when you talk about camo netting, the designs need to be adapted to the environment where the camo nets will be deployed afterwards in the fighting areas. We are having good success on this camo thing, and also other technical textiles with a new ink set we are using, so the so-called latex ink, not to mix it up with the inks from Hewlett-Packard, but we have partners in our ink network which are capable to deliver these inks, and these inks are delivering an outstanding quality in terms of crock fastness, wash fastness on natural fibers, but also on man-made fibers. Okay, on these latex inks, we are currently having also the first time the possibility to have the pre-treatment necessary for pigment printing really printed directly with one of the ink channels, really through our printhead. It gives, as I said before, a very good fastness properties on man-made fibers, but also non-textile surfaces like PVC, tarpaulins, and other material is nowadays possible to print with these pigment inks. During our long way we went into camouflage printing, we also were faced with some metallized surfaces for thermo shielding, etc. Also in this regard, these new ink sets are capable to fulfill the required specifications of the military. Well, as good as on the one hand the current instability in the world is for this military segment, as bad it is for the standard business when it comes to fashion, to home textiles, to carpets. There is a lot of uncertainty, but we see big corporations which are less dependent on financial support from any banks, that they are investing in the future. They see a future, and we will be certainly part of this future. Well, AI in digital printing has a lot of possibilities. The AI can play a role really when you're looking at the printer itself, on the continuous surveillance of the quality of the printer, of the machine structure, potential requirements in terms of maintenance. It can also be a part of the future to have online quality control of the prints, and potentially even the correction of any kind of printhead issues, etc. But what I see the biggest potential at the moment in AI is really also in the designing. So designing, when it comes, getting the customer more involved in the design phase. Not every customer has the ability to develop his own design, but a customer which is capable to describe what he likes, what are his preferences, together with an AI, can maybe have his own design developed and directly digitally printed. So I think this is a very, very powerful part of the industry, and I'm sure we will see more and more on this one. Additional, coming back to the camouflage, currently everyone is looking to apply, especially in the netting, the best possible design on camouflage netting, and there the AI, together with the data of the area where the nets will be deployed later on, it has a lot of potential to improve the quality of this product and give more protection to any kind of equipment or personnel. Well, so far with giving a better hand feel to the substrate after printing, it depends a lot on the substrate itself. The structure, a linen will always be rougher than a nice fine woven cotton or even a polyester woven fabric. You will see that especially when you're talking about printable pre-treatment, not everything is covered with binder. Like in the past, when you applied an all-over pre-treatment, you had all over a potential harsh feeling. Nowadays, with the printable pre-treatment, certainly these non-printed areas have less of a harsh feeling. When you're looking on post-treatment to even boost further the hand feel of the fabric, there are a lot of possibilities which I would not only see in the digital printer. So many customers run their pigment printed fabric still through some mechanical processing afterwards to make the fabric softer, which I would see as a good way to do it without chemical, and getting a hand feel, making the whole fabric, not only the print surface, but the whole fabric really higher in terms of quality level. Digital printing in the past years certainly was immensely growing the output and the speed and the availability of single pass machines. This is really at the moment the technology to offset rotary screen printers. But we see also that in the screen printers, you are still able to work with chemicals and special effects, which are not able to shoot, fire, transport through a digital printing nozzle, independent if it's a piezo printer or like we are also using the ChromoJet as one of our digital printers, a valve jet system. You have your limitations in terms of chemical usage. We have directions or directives coming from the European Union and other bigger countries to look more and more into sustainability of the textile production. So rotary, it will have a future. Will it be fully offset with digital? No, but the deeper focus onto the sustainability of the textile industry, producing less waste, having less excess production, it is certainly giving a chance to have digital printing becoming as powerful as rotary screen printing at the moment. Well, digital printing in Africa and Middle East countries, certainly pigment is the choice of the ink because of the necessary of the non-necessary water in this process, or less water. It's any printing process will involve some water at one moment in time, independent washing the machine, belt washers, etc. But it's less water. We see also pigment printing as when you have a very, let's say, integrated setup where you don't have offline pre and post treatment, you're able to operate those kind of machines independent from bigger infrastructures, and also with a workers level, operator level, which is more easy to find. So you don't need all your textile chemists and textile engineers. It makes digital printing easier to integrate in your existing company or even in your startup company. So overall, Middle East, Africa, it has the potential to give to all the creative people in these regions the chance to have their printed textile with their designs. That's a good question, and I'm thinking about this also from time to time. What you just mentioned, that the textile industry is not so digitalized, I would say yes, that's true, especially for, let's say, the growing economies, even third world countries. Textile industry is very traditional, very people intensive. But when you're looking into some high labor cost countries like Switzerland, like Germany, you see already a very different approach in the textile industry. So the independent if it's maintenance planning, independent if it's usage of chemicals, electricity, energy in general, there was and is still happening a lot of investment in this piece of the digitalization, but you see also more and more people running, one person runs 2-3 printers. So you have to be, as a machine manufacturer as we are, we need to have this kind of tools in our option box that also we can serve this kind of customer requests. So in general, textile industry is a labor-intensive industry. I don't think also that countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan, India can afford as an economy to replace all their workers, their thousands of workers, with robots, with automatic or automatization devices, because it's part of the community. They need an income. So what it is, there is a lot of potential, but it's also a lot of burden to balance in these kind of countries how much you go into the automatization. I think there is a lot of possibilities already available, but you need to take decisions for it or against it. It has, as I said, a lot of potential. But when you're looking, where are the big textile hubs in the world? They're not in the Western high labor countries. Those textile hubs are in the lower labor countries, and there are people available, right? And there are countries which are really in the middle of West and East, like Turkey. They will need to take decisions at one moment in time. Yeah? It's tough for them to have a workforce which is capable to operate their machines, to do a lot of the manual work. To find those people, to pay those people, it's getting more and more a trouble. And either you are investing in technology or you're focusing on technical textiles, for example, where the price level is good enough to pay more to your workers, you will be forced to, as I said before, you need to take decisions. Well, 150 years is it's a long time. We have a strong history. We went through many ups and downs in this history. We went through basically 2 world wars in this history, but the spirit of innovation, the spirit of quality, the spirit of engineering, it's part of our company DNA. And right now we are very much focused on the textile industry with printing, coating equipment, digital or traditional. But we see also more and more that outside of textile there is potential which we can touch and cover with the know-how and the people we have in our companies. So if you look at our technology stack, what we have in digital printing, it can be also applied for some 3D printing, and those are things we have in mind. Those are things we want to push in the future, and just to have additional income and just a broader view on the global market.